So here's the same female showing up at this time every day, a couple hours before sundown. And I think she might be living in my log pile right there. This is what Cleopatra did last year, and then had babies right in that log pile. So I think the same process is repeating itself, just with a different female. So no worries. You see a raccoon in the daytime and you're thinking rabies, rabies. No. This time of year it has to do with them needing the extra calories because they probably have babies in them, and in a month or so they're going to be giving birth. So they need those extra calories. Okay, so here's Moon Pie again. Moon Pie found the dog food I put out for that raccoon. Here we go again. It's another daytime animal, and that does not mean rabies. There's certain times of the year they wander out more and they get their food. Moon Pie is just like that raccoon. He's moving a little bit better. He's getting more speed than he had before. That's good to see. What a giant. So you can see it's Moon Pie's front leg is might be broken or sprained, and so walking is very difficult, especially up this hill. He's living right in that bush pile behind that tree there, along that fence. I've seen him go into it. Moon Pie's real close now. I kind of startled him by accident from the dog food. So now he went to this side of the shed, and I snuck up around the shed, and I'm on top of him here now. And I'm giving him little pieces of cookie I had in my pocket. So here he is. He's just right in front of me now. And each day I'm getting a little better and not being concerned about getting sprayed. If you're really not threatening them, they're not going to do nothing to you. He kind of does have blackish bluish eyes. Moon Pie. I feel bad for this guy. I want him to go back to the dog food and get some good high protein food. That'll probably help him heal up a little better. But this is all I had in my pocket when he ran off. I wanted him to have something, so I kind of chased him down and said, eat, eat. You gotta have something. So he's got a little bit of fur missing up by his neck and head. Look at those eyes. Did you see that tint of blue there? Massive head. Beautiful white teeth. Beautiful fur. Some days it looks nicer than others. It's a little rough looking today. His tail looks a little messy and rough. Maybe he hasn't been grooming himself as well with his front paw the way it is. Oh, there you go, Moon Pie. I hope you show up tonight when I'm filming. So tonight my wife and I are going to film the question and answer video. You guys gave us a lot of nice questions out there, and we're going to answer them. So about a few hours we'll be doing that. But I saw Moon Pie. I had to run out here and get the camera going. Now look at this, he's almost close enough for me to reach out and touch him now. This is really something, and it feels really different being this close out during the day as opposed to night. I'm just so impressed by this guy's head. And those big ears, look how big those ears are. Really impressive front claws too. Imagine for digging up grubs and worms in the yards. And pretty powerful looking back legs. You see a real close resemblance to like a badger or a wolverine in the head. And I'm sure they're related. Man, those nails are like that long. Look at that. Look at that nose scrunch. So I got this bush pile here on the edge of my yard, and this is the entranceway right here. That's where a moon pie goes in. Seen it a couple times now, so somewhere in there is where he hangs out. And it's right on the neighbor's fence too, and they have a dog, and I'm just so curious if that dog's ever gotten sprayed. Here's my latest addition. I got this for the squirrels and for the deer, and we have the turkeys starting to come in. And I might even give this a shot with the raccoons. Put some food in here, watch them stand up in there and grab. That ought to be fun. So this corn here has like molasses on it, so it makes it nice and sweet for the deer. So yeah, I like this. So here's my wood pile back here, and you see the tarp going over it. They'll sneak in there. Look how they dug out underneath the wood. They crawl under there. And I've seen the raccoons crawl up and squeeze in between the tarp there. There could be a raccoon in there right now. Sometimes I'll see that tarp kind of fat and squeezed out, and there's usually like a raccoon laying in there, and I can even touch the tarp. That's something I might do in the future. But that's possible right there where it bulges out. There could be a raccoon laying under there. If I start walking on that noisy grass, it's going to shoot out the back of the tarp. And right on the other side of the fence is my raccoon tunnel, and let's take a peek in there. So I got the entire tunnel covered with leaves, and then my canoe on top, so they could enter from both sides. I have a piece of cloth that hangs over this side, and I already see some feces right at the entrance there. And well, this is always a little risky. They could be living right under here, under my canoe, and they could be right in here. Got a little birdie house here, and you can see the pieces of straw. They are using it. So on the back of my shed here, I just recently put up some bird houses, and I'm already seeing this being utilized. Look at the straw come out of the bottom. So already we're getting action. Up there I have for swallows, and those have yet to been used, but I'm going to keep trying. So this is another kind of a crude tunnel I constructed, and I have covered with brush. The birds really love this. In fact, the other day my wife saw the Cooper's hawk go into this area trying to flush out a sparrow to get, and she ran out screaming at the hawk saying, "Don't hurt my birdies!" So this is something I'll do along the sides of the house, is put this gutter upside down, and my chipmunks have a nice runway where they're nice and safe. He was digging right there. I was watching him. He comes back by me and he takes mouthfuls of sunflower seeds and peanuts, and then he comes back here and he hides them, and his hole might be underneath there. I haven't moved this in a while. There's holes all over my yard, and I love it. Got the big male turkey right there, and we got raccoon just came back out again. Finish up the dog food. I was trying to share it with the skunk, just so you know. So let's see if she goes up underneath the tarp. And I'm noticing something on her. I see swollen teats. So that's a mama right there. Yeah, she's gonna go underneath those tarps. And I don't know if she has babies yet, but she might. There might be babies under that tarp. See right there, see how she's moving that tarp? And I'll see that bulge a lot of time, and I know they're laying in there. And I always find that interesting. I could put my hand on it real gently during the day when they're sleeping and have my hand on a resting raccoon. Well, I hope you guys are having fun in your yards too, attracting wildlife. Have a good one.